I found these videos in my archives. They are of Bemisia tabasi, silverleaf whitefly, which has become glued to the gerbera leaves that they were infesting. The white substances that you see in the video, in addition to the sort of scaly, waxy filamentation that you might see on the legs and antennae, are Beauveria bassiana hyphae. And what has happened is that the hyphae has become glued to the cuticle, the exoskeleton of the insect. And so what happens here is the fungus will penetrate the cuticle, the exoskeleton, and essentially move from the outside inside forcefully by dissolving the outer layer, the chitinous layer of the exoskeleton. And it'll essentially move in and replicate itself and consume from the inside out the individual specimen. It's sort of a gruesome way to go out, but that's partly why it's so efficacious. A lot of times insects are hygienic. They clean themselves, ants especially. And what will happen is if they don't clean themselves, that's why they do it. That's one of the reasons anyways. But some insects like whitefly, they don't really clean themselves in that way. And so what can happen is they'll get infected, just as you're seeing now. There's really no way for these insects to combat the fungus. They will struggle against the hyphae, like you're seeing in this video. Sometimes they ingest spores or hyphal matter, and the ingestion of that biomatter becomes the impetus for an infection. And from the inside out, generally speaking, that's going to be much more of a problem. You can see right here as the whitefly sort of struggles against the hyphae on the back two legs. If you rewind the video, you can see that the proboscis has become totally myco-sized. The mouth, the stylet, you can see it here. It's probably not able to feed in that state. It's definitely dying. You can also see sporulation to the south in this particular picture here. That is an example of the Beauveria bassiana sporulating, creating spores which will be carried on the wind or make contact with other insects, and the cycle essentially continues.